Ooh, ooh. Away, away. Eh. Benito Manisa Bang. I put my asses How to gas me up. Where does go my head? How much I got? A lot. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? You know what time it is? That alien hour. The alien hour going crazy. And first up, we got Awaken Zone 57 alien species listed in the military manual. What? What? In the manual?
We have three types of grays. Based on their size, you'd think that they were the same species. You could call them little Chewbaccas. But don't make the mistake of thinking that because they're small in stature, that they don't have strength.
Size has no matter.
Absolutely, they can lift up a 6,000-pound vehicle. They will go ahead and communicate with you through what we refer to it as thought transfer. A lot of people, well, it's telepathy. Well, no matter what you call it, it's a transfer of thought from their mind to your mind.
Little bit dangerous. Okay, got it. Okay.
We have Sergeant
Certainly, a lot of people will criticize
Show.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be.
Sergeant, welcome to the show.
Thank you,
Clifford
sir. It's a
Stone.
pleasure to be here.
You've been quoted over the years saying there's over 57 types of ET species. Can you elaborate on that?
Certainly, a lot of people will criticize me and say,
57.
if you could say 10 or 12, we could believe you more. Well, what do they want? A fantasy or the truth? The truth is, when I was in the military, there was some medical personnel who would have to provide first aid for our visitors if we got there and there was some that were still alive and injured. In order to accomplish that tasking, because a lot of the first aid we do wouldn't be the same for them, they had a book. That book was to tell how to do certain first aid for certain injuries on our visitors, and they had to know what to do for each and every species. That book listed 57 different species. They were affectionately known. They can laugh if they want to. We affectionately called them Heinz 57.
They always gonna laugh. They always gonna laugh, but hey, that's to each his own, right?
And at that time, that was one of the things that they had to say about Heinz products. So we went ahead, we had that, and I wasn't supposed to see it. There was no need for me to know about it. But one person who was an officer, and I'm going to say right off the bat, I don't know for sure, but he was a doctor. We had two medics, and they kind of took me under their wing.
So we had doctors here that knew how to. We had doctors. We had, or no, matter of fact, not say had. We have doctors here on this planet that know how to take care of a visitor from other planets. To be more specific, we have doctors here on this earth that know how to take care of 57 different type of visitors from other planets. Remember that.
They knew I was having problems with what I was doing. And they went ahead and said, okay, look, we're not really trying to do anything bad to them. Should we just leave them here to die? Well, we try not to do that. And there are various species which we are well aware of that you know. You may not know how many, but to date, this is what we have cataloged. And they said, you can look at it here, but we can't let you have a copy. We can't let you take it with you.
Of course not. Of course you can't take a copy. Of course you can't take it with you. Matter of fact, of course you can't take no notes either. You just have to remember it. Just remember it.
You can read it, but only here. If we have other higher ranking personnel show up, sometimes these people aren't real nice and we have to take the book back from you and act like you've never seen it. And they did this quite a few times. because I try to go through picture and I try to get in my mind how all 57 looked. Out of that 57, I had access to maybe 6, 7 different species. The one species that they had a question mark about was the one species that was following me throughout my life, whom I still have contact to this very day.
What's the name of this person?
Well, the
To this very day. Yeah, he's one of them.
entity that chose me to follow throughout my life, I know him as Corona, and he always told me Corona with a K.
Where's he
Corona.
from?
He's from a planet that's approximately 100 light years from planet Earth.
100 light years.
That's why when you hear me
100 light years, that's further than the Ebens planet. Because they're like 39, 40 light years away. How did you get in contact with him? Lucky.
talk about traversable wormholes, whether you're using negative matter or antimatter, because they do make a difference in going through a traversable wormhole if they're using antimatter. In real time, it's an hour and 40 minutes to get from there to here. That's why when I'm using it to try to show distance, I use his world.
It's an hour and 45 minutes to travel 100 light years for Coronos, his alien friend. Yo, how much you think Coronos spends on gas? Do they have gas? No, they don't have no gas. Dummy. Ha, clip that. What in the world? An hour and 45 minutes to travel 100 light years. We are so behind. We are so behind.
To do that, because that's something that I have a greater understanding of with his help. The one thing that I ran into a problem with, he would not go into too much detail about negative matter. When I found out how much greater negative matter was, I was shocked. But he's one. There are other species. We have 3 types of grays. 2 of them are roughly about 3.5 feet tall. Their facial features are a little different. The position of their ears and the shape of their ears are a little different. But if you're looking at them, based on their size, you'd think that they were the same species. They're not. They are 2 different identical species. The third one is roughly 4 foot tall. And looks very similar, only they are a lighter gray than the other 2.
Now, is that one species or is that 3 different species?
That's 3 different species.
But they look similar.
They look similar.
Okay.
There's another one that looks kind of human, but here again, maybe 5 foot tall. The ears are a little different. The nose is a little different, but they have like oriental features.
It's really just small little things.
Little
like
details.
the details. And the same thing we utilize in the field with extraterrestrials. They're just off, sometimes just a little bit different.
And another race.
Most of the aliens that they say are humanoid, except for the praying mantis man. I think they say he has like a human face or something, but no. Like they say when you look at the grays from far, even the Ebens, they said they have like a humanoid body type. But you get close up, that head, them eyes is different. Yeah.
Was the ones that are about maybe 3.5, 4 foot tall.
Let's go back a little bit.
Race.
A little bit different.
And another race was the ones that are about maybe 3.5, 4 foot tall, who are covered with hair. You call them the hairy guy in Star Wars. What was his name?
Chewbacca.
You could call them little Chewbaccas. But don't make the mistake of thinking that because they're small in stature, that they don't have strength.
Size has no matter.
Absolutely, they can.
Little bit dangerous. Don't play. Small but dangerous.
They can lift up a 6,000-pound vehicle. There was an abduction that took place somewhere in South America, which they were involved in because they were very concerned about the radiation still in the atmosphere right now from nuclear tests that happened 50, 60, 70 years ago. So there was an abduction that took place there, and of course, that took place there because the guy thought they're small. He'd just go pick one up, bring it back to the car, and when he went to pick one up, the one that he's trying to pick up picked him up.
What would possess him to just pick that up? He was like, "Oh, my daughter probably liked this." No, you can't pick up the alien. I don't care how cute and cuddly you look. Don't pick up the damn alien. The hell's wrong with you? Now look at your ass. Oh, let me pick him up. Alien's like, oh, you want to pick me up? I'm gonna pick your ass up. Keep picking me up. Watch this. Wham. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Abduction! No. The fuck? I just want to know what was going through his head. Really? What made him? Did he think he could sell it? Did he think he could take it to a pawn shop? Did he think this was going to be life changing for him? It probably was, but I mean, like, he probably was thinking from a fortune sign, like, oh yeah, he did. He. Nothing came to his mind, like, oh, where's that run? Like a common person, like somebody who sees an alien, 3, 4, 4. It could be the smallest hell. If it's an alien, it's an alien. You're getting scared. I don't care. It's human nature. If it don't look like us, we're gonna look at it a little different at first, But he just said, "Money, money, money." He had the money signs coming out. Clip that. He had the money signs coming out. He said, "Was that an alien?" Oh hell yeah! Get your ass over here. That alien said, "Boy, you don't put my ass down." All right, hold on. I got something for your ass. Click. Nigga, crazy as hell. Hold on. He says, let's run that back again.
Go pick one place there because so there was an abduction that took place there, and of course, that took place there because the guy thought they're small. He'd just go pick one up, bring it back to the car, and when he went to pick one up, the one that he's trying to pick up picked him up and threw him very close to his car, maybe 10 or 15 feet.
He threw the little bro threw his. The nigga threw. I thought his homies came and abducted him while he was being picked up. He said, he said, "Hey, come here, little bro. All right, let's run it back." He said, "I'm gonna run it back." So most average people see alien, they're like, "Oh, whoa, 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 alien! Oh, no, 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 let me get the hell on. Ain't trying to give it the mind my business." He said, "That's an alien, nigga. Nigga, that's an alien. Oh hell, get your ass over here." Now, and little bro said, "But what if you don't pick my ass, but you don't put me down, nigga? Well, hold on. Get your ass over here, nigga. What's wrong with you, nigga? Ever underestimate me, nigga? I'm little Chewbacca. Little Chewbacca, nigga. Wrong with you."
He didn't go back for a second try at picking him up.
I bet.
Creatures, that's another species. Another one is just like, and I mean, you see them.
I bet he didn't. Clip that. Clip that.
And it kind of blows your mind. You're thinking, well, this is a ghost, and these are the ones that are pure energy, and they can take on humanoid form. A lot of times they'll go ahead and it'll be just like a plasmic cloud of some sort. And the ones I've seen were bright light, a bright white, had an luminosity from within. A lot of times energy, and they can try picking him up. Creatures, that's another species. Another one is just like, and I mean, you see them, it kind of blows your mind. You're thinking, well, this is a ghost, and these are the ones that are pure energy, and they can take on humanoid form. A lot of times they'll go ahead and it'll be just like a plasmic cloud of some sort.
That's the X-Files junk right there. That's exactly the X-Files. Exactly the X-Files. That's exactly that. You can't tell me that, bro. I'm finna rewatch the X-Files. My daddy, my pops be watching the X-Files. I'm finna go back watch the X-Files, gang. I don't care. But that's exactly when I see this, I think of the intro from X-Files.
And the ones I've seen were bright light, a bright white, had an luminosity from within, but from that they could go on take it on human form. They will go ahead and communicate with you through what we refer to it as thought transfer. A lot of people, well, it's telepathy. Well, no matter what you call it, it's a transfer of thought from their mind to your mind.
In addition to all these different species, you know, people talk about reptoids and insectoids. Have you ever had experience with that?
Actually, if you take a close look at Corona, and he will tell you in a joking way, I am not a lizard, I am not a lizard. He looks like a reptile.
It does have that kind of look, like a multifaceted.
His homie's a reptile. What is going on? His homie's a reptile. Wait, are reptiles not bad? Are all reptiles not bad? Is it like some are bad and some are good? Are reptiles and aliens like humans? I can't say aliens and reptiles. That's the most dumbest. Are reptiles Ebens and Greys and Nordics and everybody like humans? There's good and bad. Maybe there are good reptiles. Have to be. He's still alive. He's good. He calls him his homie and everything. He said that's the homie. Chronos the homie. So maybe there are good reptiles. You know? Remember, God's creativity is not limited. He created all this. God created the cosmos. He didn't just create Earth. He created everything.
Being.
And he has, you have to look very closely, like scales. That very faint texture, but looking like scales. Insect-like, yes, they have some like that. One that looks very much like, and I hate to even bring this out because some people, and which is really why I avoid even talking about the different species. Yeah, they have one species that looks very much like a praying mantis.
Yep.
Even, but you know what? Be very careful because they don't have like the tentacles like on the arms that the praying mantis has.
Did it have digits?
They had digits. They were ambidextrous like this. So the whole situation is, yeah, they have that.
I didn't know that. I really thought they had the little claws like they were just 7 feet tall. I just imagine a praying mantis in front of you, you know, like the praying mantis. We think cute, cuddly and stuff, you know, cool, peaceful, but 7 feet tall, and his face is just. But I did see a clip where it said the video of. I mean, it said that the praying mantis man face was humanoid, and everything else was just, you know, praying mantis, and they were 7 to 8 feet tall. But if you're saying they had digits, digits basically means like the fingers. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's okay. I love criticism. I don't get mad. Yeah.
A lot of them don't have, there are plenty of them that just have 3 fingers and an opposing thumb, for lack of a better term.
What about the intelligence level, Sarge, of these species? Are they greater than us, lower than us?
Very greater. I promise you they're very greater. I don't even know for sure, but I feel it in my heart is greater. But let's hear what he says. Let's hear what the OG says. I'm gonna shut up.
What's kind of the levels out there in the universe?
They can all communicate with one another, but the levels of technological capabilities, they differ.
Why did he choose you at such an early age, and are you possibly part of his lineage?
They start a process like when I was 4 years old, I was seeing what we called shadow people in my bedroom, and this scared me. Then I had other experiences, and I'd always associate these with supernatural events like ghosts. Then I got to the point where I could foretell things, and I got concerned about that because I had a religious upbringing, and to me, these were things that were evil. Eventually, he came back to me as a little boy, and he says, I'm going to be following you throughout your life. This is the way my species and other species learn about the way you people live on this planet, your various cultures, your likes, your dislikes, your beliefs, your things, the things that you don't believe in, your fantasies, your hopes, your dreams. We want to know all about your species.
They want to study us, that's all. Some wants to study us good, some wants to study us bad. Either way, we're being taken advantage of, good and bad. Ooh.
And, you know, there's no way to do it other than to do it this way. We can't come here and say, take us to your leader, because you have many leaders on this planet.
Not the aliens being sarcastic.
And none are exactly the same. So we have to do this. And you have been chosen through a select process, a very selective process, to have me follow you throughout life. Actually, the compassion is the one thing they look for in everyone. Because each and every person they follow, they want that compassion to be there.
Is Corona still in contact with you today?
Yes, and like I said, he'll be in contact with me till the day I die.
So they die.
Now, even if I don't see him, he's monitoring me on a daily basis. We have interaction from time to time, but he is the one that chooses when that happens. But the whole situation is, as far as the number of people out there, I sincerely believe and feel that number could go into the thousands.
You need people that are aware of like similar things that
have been chosen by them to be followed, because the whole situation is they don't want just my perspective and viewpoint on what the United States is like. They want to have it from the viewpoint and perspective of many people.
Many people from around the world, and it doesn't matter, you know, who you are. It's just they're choosing you based off of compassion and love.
Absolutely. And most people are not going to be talking about this. And when the military has to search, or the governments have to search to find these people, because they have to have these people if they're going to have any relationship with our visitors.
Sarge, that was a fascinating story. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hey man, so he just dropped some gems right there. And some moral gem. Be kind. Be nice. Sometimes it's not even worth it to crash out. Love thy neighbor. Basically. I remember I was about to work at JCPenney's warehouse, and during orientation, an elderly lady, sweet, sweet elderly white lady, she came and just told everybody, during your time here, be kind. Great things happen to you. Avoid sickness. I don't know the sickness part, but she was like, great things happen to you. Avoid sickness. You know, the universe works like that. Just be kind. Because when you be kind to you, the universe be kind to you back. So maybe if we're all just be kind, be a little more kinder every day, be a little more nicer to people. I ain't trying to sound soft or whatever, but I mean, like, really love thy neighbor. Maybe what me, you, or anybody watching this will probably have a chance to have an alien friend like Sergeant right here. This was a good video. Y'all go check it out. This is 57 alien species listed in military manual from the Awakened Zone channel. That was good. That was good. Let's go to another. Let's go to another one. My girl, OG Linda. OG Linda Moulton. Linda Moulton. OG Linda Moulton. I call her OG Linda. That's a nickname I gave her because I've been watching her videos, binge watching her videos on different person channels. She knows what she's talking about. She might be one. She might be one of the aliens. But yeah, this OG Linda, man, she be always dropping sauce.
Time I ever heard about the Yellow Book was from Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar had been exposed, as well as John Lear and other people, to this notion that one of the technologies that we had
Actually, because I did see this video, and I don't want to like
The
get with this.
Essenes, when they wrote their
We're going to watch this one instead. My fault, y'all. Then we're gonna come back to that one if we have time, because I kind of already seen that video. I know I didn't see it with y'all, but that's why it messes up. Because when I watch a video, it's kind of hard to watch it back again with y'all, because like damn, I already seen it, and I don't want to go into like a fatigue mode. You know what I'm saying? So if I have enough energy, we'll watch that one again. But to be optimistic about it, let me go tell you the channel.
These
Oh no
are
no no
some of
no
the
no.
tall
Da, da, da,
entities
da, da,
with
da, da,
white
da, 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 da. This was just right here. It's UAMN TV. Did Aliens Give Us Mysterious Yellow Book by Linda Moulton Howe. I'm gonna put this one toward the last one, because this is why if you're gonna do a reaction video or react on stream, don't do it to videos you already watched, because it's not gonna be authentic. It's gonna feel, to me, it feels fatigue a little bit, because like it's not giving me that first impression. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making these reactions up. So yeah, that's why I'm putting that towards the last, because I already watched it. I shouldn't put it up here. That's my fault. See, what happened is I'll put a list together, but then I'll be like, ooh, like a little bad kid that wants to open their Christmas presents before Christmas Day, and like, or before Christmas Eve. That's even worse. So it's like, let me watch it. Then I get lost in the sauce, man. I get lost in the sauce, and that was the video. But yeah, this is UAM and TV. Did the aliens give us the mysterious yellow book? And just in case I don't get to it on this stream right here, but okay, but let's go right here. We're living in their simulation. I told y'all we live in a simulation now. Don't play.
Dead Sea Scrolls knew that this information. The Essenes, when they wrote their Dead Sea Scrolls, knew that this information was very powerful. He wrote letters warning humanity about the Archons and how they are attempting to infiltrate the human race.
What's being described in
Did I hear Archons? Archons!
Genesis is not the creation of the world, but the creation of the simulation. This society worships the intellect. The intellect is the village idiot compared with knowing, with wisdom that comes from here.
Damn, that was deep.
What I found so compelling about the Nag Hammadi texts, well, a number of things. One, that they were where they were for so long, from it's estimated maybe 400 BC and the information going back further, that they couldn't be messed with like the texts in the religious books that have been out in the open and therefore had the potential for being changed. And of course, biblical texts have been changed massively. So that was a big, compelling thing for me, that you were looking at what they really said rather than a manipulated version of it. But what hit me more than anything else, and was important for me, is that I came across them only after I had concluded many, many things from other sources of research since 1990. And so I wasn't looking at them as a one-stop shop for a belief system. Oh, the Nag Hammadi texts, that's my belief system. They were more a confirmation, another significant strand in the tapestry of the correlation of information, ancient and modern. And what do they talk about? They talked about a force which they called Archons. They call them the formless ones because...
The formless ones is crazy. Let me run this back a little bit, because I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but he's speaking kind of tough. So like, I was gonna turn on the captions, but I'm like, nah, I want to take up all that space. So I'm just gonna run it back one time. My fault.
More a confirmation, another significant strand in the tapestry of the correlation of information, ancient and modern. And what do they talk about?
It's like he's spitting bars, the correlation information. Crazy.
They talked about a force which they called Archons. They call them the formless ones because in their base state they have really no form. And I symbolized this archontic force, shall we say, as basically a computer virus. It's a very, very distorted state of awareness. And when it
Well, what is it? I? They say it's I.
Called archons, they call them the formless ones.
Formless
because
ones.
in their base state, they have really no form. And
Oh,
I symbolize this archontic force, shall we say, as basically a computer virus. It's a very, very distorted state of awareness. And when it manifests itself in some extreme in humanity, we call these people psychopaths. It's a deeply, deeply extreme beyond belief, psychopathic state of awareness. And they describe how this awareness.
Y'all gonna hate me, but that's what I do. I run this back. You know how you go to, you know how you listen to a song, you be like, run that part back again. I do that, y'all. So yeah.
And when it manifests itself in some extreme in humanity, we call these people psychopaths.
No, I
So-
want to go back a little further on that one.
And I symbolize this archontic force, shall we say, as basically a computer virus. It's a very, very distorted state of awareness. And when it manifests itself in some extreme in humanity, we call these people psychopaths. It's a deeply, deeply extreme beyond belief, psychopathic state of awareness. And they describe how this awareness, which they call, among other names, the demiurge or the ruler, created a fake reality by making a sort of bad copy of the original reality. Now, we're back here to the ancient modern correlation, because I'm saying what they were describing in their own language and their own symbolism from long ago as we perceive time, another illusion, is actually they're describing the creation of the simulation. And it is my view that the Lord, God, and the Gnostics who were responsible for these Nag Hammadi texts, the Gnostic belief system, they describe the main manifestation of this force as the Lord Archon or Demiurge.
The Essenes.
This is no disrespect to anybody's religion or belief. I'm just, this is the alien hour. This is the conspiracy part. Whether I believe it or not should not affect what you believe. I believe, as I said earlier in the stream, I believe God created everything, including the cosmos. Just like He created good and bad people, there's good and bad extraterrestrial as well as interdimensional. God created all this. If you ask me who, I'll say God created all this. God is not limitless to His creation. I do not underestimate God whatsoever. Just want to make that clear. Because I know probably folks going to be like, oh, hey, just make it clear.
Who were responsible for these Nag Hammadi texts, the Gnostic belief system, they describe the main manifestation of this force as the Lord Archon or Demiurge.
The Essenes, when they wrote their Dead Sea Scrolls, knew that this information was very powerful for humanity. They were hunted by Rome. They represented a direct threat to the power structure of that time. When the Dead Sea Scrolls come out of the ground in
So they knew?
1947, they
They
too
knew?
represent Rome. They represent scrolls.
Gnostic belief system.
Let me just start
As
this
we
way.
perceive time, another illusion, is actually they're describing the creation of the simulation. And it is my view that the Lord, God, and the Gnostics who were responsible for these Nag Hammadi texts, the Gnostic belief system, they describe the main manifestation of this force as the Lord Archon or Demiurge.
The Essenes, when they wrote their Dead Sea Scrolls,
So sometimes I watch it back like 3 or 4 times. It's like, that's how I be reading my books. If I don't get it, I go back at it like a few times. So if that bothered you, have a great day.
knew that this information was very powerful for humanity. They were hunted by Rome. They represented a direct threat to the power structure of that time. When the Dead Sea Scrolls come out of the ground in 1947, they too represent a direct threat to the existing power structures of the world, the US government and the religious structures that developed around Christianity. Because what they drew into question severely was, is this the origins of Christianity? Was Jesus an Essene? John the Baptist was. John the Baptist initiated Jesus, attuned him in the baptism. Was he connecting him somehow to an extraterrestrial race? Suddenly Christianity starts to sound like it's an alien religion, or a religion that was brought to earth or promoted by extraterrestrial beings. That represents a direct threat to the powers that be. And this is one of the reasons why the Dead Sea Scrolls were covered up for as many as 3 or 4 decades. initial reports came out about what was contained in the scrolls, but the scholars withheld vast amounts of it for decades. And I believe the reason why is because of its constant references.
Definitely caused controversy among, definitely caused controversy. So I see why they held it for their benefits. Because this is not everyone, this is a lot to take in. That's what I'm saying.
Extraterrestrial beings, portals, celestial realms, celestial cities, all kinds of otherworldly entities that are described in the Dead Sea Scrolls, and how they were actually living with and teaching the Essenes.
According to the Gnostics, the goddess Sophia left her home in the center of the galaxy because she wanted to create a world of unlimited possibilities. She built this world on Earth by creating all of the life forms that have ever existed here. Her creation was amazing. The plethora of life forms she created was unlike anything that had ever been tried before.
In the Gnostic context, Sophia is considered to be the female counterpart of the Creator. She is a renegade.
So Sophia, God's wife? Let me not, because I'll say this is just my thoughts. I'm saying my thoughts aloud. Counterpart, God's wife, yeah, but she's God as well. Going deep, yeah.
Too, because she breaks away from the heavenly realm called the Pleroma and crosses over what then was perceived to be a forbidden boundary between the material and the immaterial realm.
Rewind.
And has a hand in creation because she breaks.
That have ever been tried that have ever existed. She built this world on wanted to create a world of unlimited possibilities. She built this world on Earth by creating all of the god.
All kinds of otherworldly entities that are described in the Dead Sea Scrolls, and how they were actually living with and teaching the Essenes.
According to the Gnostics, the goddess Sophia left her home in the center of the galaxy because she wanted to create a world of unlimited possibilities. She built this world on Earth by creating all of the life forms that have ever existed here. Her creation was amazing. The plethora of life forms she created was unlike anything that had ever been tried before.
In the Gnostic context, Sophia is considered to be the female counterpart of the Creator. She is a renegade, too, because she breaks away from the heavenly realm called the Pleroma and crosses over